Hello everyone and welcome back to the wonderful world of the Metroid Prime series on the Trilogy Collection. I am here again with the Clowns Are There, the channel anyway, bringing you the next part, which is Prime 2. Yeah, so we beat Prime 1 last time, so now we're going for Prime 2 in normal mode. It's going to be rather easy, but on the other hand, should be rather good. And, I mean, Prime 2 is definitely a game I find to be, it's one of my favorites, I'd say. But, once again, it is part of the Prime series, so that's definitely... But, it kind of falls quite a bit across the spectrum, so I know some people that really think it's like the best game ever, and others who absolutely hate it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, 8 days ago, contact with the Galactic Federation Trooper Bravo Squad, something, contract agreement. Locate Federation troopers and render assistance. Now, a question though, does Samus ever get paid? Because I have yet to see that actually happen. Anyway, so basically go into the rogue planet here known as Ether, which is kind of in the outside of like the Galactic Federation space. And so here we are now scanning the planet to find the appropriate, like, the place where the Galactic Federation crashed. Now, to my knowledge, Ether seems like a pretty small planet. Maybe that's just me, but place seems kind of small. Seems like, you know, a moon-sized kind of place, but the gravity is pretty comparable to Earth's gravity, even though in all the Metroid games, gravity is kind of a derivative property of Samus's velocity. So I'll explain that one anyway later on, but anyway. Music direction, though, in Prime 2 has to be one of my favorites. I mean, I absolutely love it. No, not the ship. I mean, this is definitely one of my favorite models of, like, all of Samus's ships. You know, the Beetle kind of model ship. It has that, like, very Beetle kind of carapace look to it. It just gives it that. And so I'm also going to explain that I am playing the trilogy version of this game because if I were playing the GameCube version, I would be tempted a lot to do a lot of the different sequence breaking tricks there, and so I am not going to be doing that. Now, I will be showing off a couple of them, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of sequence breaking. I mean, unlike in Prime 1, there is not quite as much in Prime 2 when it comes to when it comes to easy things you can pull off on the trilogy. So won't quite be as much sequence breaking, but whatever, right? Anyway, so let's get started here. Destroy these web thingies and head on down to go where we go. And this time we do start off with a couple more kind of upgrades than we previously did. I mean, now we have a boost ball, as you can see, and a couple other things. The game does say we have like power bombs, but by the way, we don't. Just know that. But I mean, we have quite a few different upgrades towards the beginning. So that's kind of nice, but we're going to lose almost all of them. Luckily, it's not nearly as bad as it is in Prime 1. I mean, we're not going to be stripped down to just the power beam, which is kind of nice. If you want the map, it's right there. We don't really need it. So here's where you can pull off the corner trick if you want to, like in the other editions of it. Stand in this corner, get stuck in the door. But sadly for this version in the trilogy, your morph ball speed is capped, so you can't actually get the infinite speed glitch. Too bad, but you know, whatever. So yeah. Otherwise, the visor, the scan visor, as you may notice, is a lot more streamlined, which is definitely something I can appreciate about it. But come on. Okay. For some reason, having trouble in the bomb slot. I'll just skip the cutscene. And now, here come the troopers. Probably the closest we're getting to a nice, good old zombie apocalypse in our Metroid games, but whatever. You can just rush past them. Not really worth fighting at this point. I mean, in normal, the game's pretty easy, so they're not really that challenging. Now, I will say in hyper mode or hard on the original version of the game, that every enemy is really hard. And Prime 2 is a bit harder, I've noticed, than Prime 1. It still isn't saying too much because overall they're not that bad. Like, both of the games are pretty easy. And Prime 3 especially is definitely, I'd say, an easier one of the games. But also we can use some of those missiles that we won't be keeping for very long. So, yeah, why not? Hey, thought I killed him. Okay, they're mostly dead. It's good enough for me. So now it's time to lose our stuff. Very sad, I know, but must happen. So hello everyone, meet Dark Samus. Everyone, Dark Samus. Dark Samus, everyone. Now for those of you who don't know, you probably should know at this point, or else this video actually has like actual views of people who don't know, which would be really surprising. But anyway, what's going on here? Dark Samus, created from the remains of Metroid Prime, who was the remains of the seed, basically, of the last thing. I'll explain the seed stuff later, but here's a little nice cutscene of our losing stuff, as well as kind of introducing Dark Samus and kind of what's going on here. So, as you may notice, Dark Samus is harvesting face-up. And doesn't like us very much. And there goes the light crystal, which means that we are now going to be vulnerable to Dark Aether's terrible atmosphere. Now, it may look like Samus is wearing a gas mask and all, but apparently the air's poison somehow gets through to her entire suit, so maybe no oxygen tank or something, but whatever. So, unlike in Prime 1, we didn't actually lose our stuff to kind of the when we lost our stuff there, which we did lose a lot of our stuff. What we did, like, you know, sorry, I'm rambling a bit here, but I mean, we lost our stuff, but we didn't lose all our stuff, and what we did lose was not due to taking damage from the atmosphere, it was due to the Ing there, all those kind of creatures there, grabbing the stuff. So they just grabbed a hold and stole a bunch of our different upgrades, which means no more Morph Ball bombs or anything, except we still have Charge Beam. Yes, I love Charge Beam. And, yeah. So this one's been kind of a short part, but I'm going to need to make these parts a little bit short. I'm going to say because if I don't, then I'm going to run out of content pretty quickly. So I hope you've enjoyed this first part where we went through, lost some of our stuff, and next time we'll see how it goes with the next part. Yeah. So I'll see you guys with part 2. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.